Hello everyone! Now that we completed the tutorial, it is time for major expansions. One of the first things we want to get is the Fabricator. We would need to increase our reputation with the Selenium Corporation. Currently I'm working on future health solutions. This gives us the regeneration chamber. This is basically a respawn point after we die. But I think I'm gonna let this finish as we're almost done with that. One of the easiest ways for us to increase our production is of course placing down a lot more of these extractors. So that is exactly what I'll do. Sadly, you can only place them on like very specific locations. So it's not like we can cram in like 2 on each node. And we'll do the same for wolfram as well. Now wolfram does have an extra resource node, but that is outside our area. You can see this wide line is where we could build, or the max length where we could build, away from the core. So let's see, currently we have 3 extractors on wolfram, and we also have 3 on titanium.
Great work! Future Health Solutions is now receiving all requested items. New rewards and tasks are waiting for you in the terminal.
Alright, that's great. Future Health Solutions is done. Let's go with Selenia Corp up next. Means I'm gonna get rid of the wolfram smelter real quick. As we don't need that for now. And we're thirsty as well. Good thing he said that, because I actually kind of forgot that thirst was a thing in this game. Luckily we live right next to a puddle, and there's hydro bulbs here. And while we're at it, we may as well eat a bunch of the fruit as well. That way our hunger is full. And we can go back to making this giant machine. Let's see, there's quite a bit of titanium in here. So I'm gonna delete this. It crashes the game. Oh, that hasn't been fixed. Oh, it doesn't crash the game. It has been fixed. Stuff like that used to crash during the playtest. Well, I wouldn't call that optimal. At least it doesn't fully hard crash the game. Alright, I got my smelters up for the titanium. Wolfram is a little more difficult. Well, difficult in the way of that we don't really have proper space here. Or resources, apparently. Luckily, we have these extractors mining for us. The one fear that I have is that the power situation we get currently is not good enough. Once we start hooking everything up. But I guess since everything just costs basic building materials, I'd say even that is no real issue either. Alright, there we go. All the extractors have been hooked up. Well, to the smelters at least. Now what I want is I want to have some rail connectors. One for each side, and then we have them go to, I'd say, a main one for now. We'll expand on this. So, no, we'll expand on it like right away. It's gonna go a little slow, I think. But we'll see how it goes. Because I'm not sure how fast these things will transport. But if we hook this up like so, and then we can hook up that to there for now. That to this one. And we can split it off again. Well, our power is still working. That's surprising. Right, let's do the same with the wolfram. There we go, now it's failing. Right, I basically doubled our power production. That seems to be good enough. Right, is this smelting? It's not for some reason. Right, because we haven't set a recipe for it yet. Right, there we go, they've all been set. Right, we have the production going. The orbital cargo launcher is now our bottleneck. As you can see, they have all the items it requires. But it's going pretty damn slow. So let's build a bunch of those. Alright, that one is too much. So we were able to place 4 more down. We will, of course, make this a bit better later. We just need something that works for now. Something that goes decently fast. So I'm going to have this set to the next in line, which is Griffith's Blue. And this is where it's good to have multiple, because as you can see, the titanium bars only give us 1 point for this one. And we need 200 of them. Launching 200 things into the sky could take a while. But right now we're already at 7 points. So once they all start going, we'll be making tons. But I think it might be smarter at this point just to have individual lines for these. Or have them split off to some other ones at least. But this spaghetti mess works, so there is that. Alright, let's claim our regeneration. Let's claim our fabricator. What is the next thing we are unlocking? The pistol. Pretty good. The recipe station is for the Moon Energy Corp. And Clever Robotics has storage chests. With the storage depots would actually be pretty good, because we can unlock quite a bit with that. We can like boost our production a lot with those storage chests. Alright, how long do we have to wait? We're already at, wow, that's 76. That's pretty damn quick. I'm surprised that the rupture hasn't happened yet. It should happen like any moment now. In case you don't know, the rupture is when the sun basically explodes, scorching the entire planet. Now it's good that it hasn't happened yet, because that will actually slow down our rate significantly. As it doesn't only scorch the Earth, it also fully overheats our systems. And that takes a while to get back to normal. Unless we upgrade our main core.
What is that?
A monolith.
I asked the wrong question. What function does it serve?
Unfortunately, all information on that subject is highly classified.
Well, of course it would be. That's something that kind of intrigues me during the playtest as well, this monolith.
The Griffiths Blue Corporation is grateful for all of your shipments. Remember that supporting this particular company will allow you to upgrade your arsenal, which will certainly help in surviving on Arcadia.
Hell yeah. Griffith Blue is done. I wish we could set the next one up from like all the way back here. But nope, we're gonna have to walk towards it. Luckily we didn't walk that far. I was just mining some meteorites. Still need those meteor hearts after all. So let's select the next one. You know, we might actually split it. We have 6 of the orbital cargo launchers. So we'll have 3 go to the Moon Energy Corp. And then the other ones go to the Clever Robotics. They both require wolfram bars, so it shouldn't be messing anything up on the pipelines or on these rails. Like, I'm sure it doesn't otherwise, but you never know. Never trust the rails.
You've just unlocked the UPP-7. We hope it will help you better deal with the planet's dangers.
Hell yeah.
I guess I'll need to learn to use this. In the future, you might consider adding basic weapons training.
Arcadia 7 still has some surprises left in store for you.
Does it have surprises, man? Alright, we made 900 bullets. That's actually pretty damn cheap. See, we could analyze the meteor hearts we've been finding. Gives us a lot of points. However, we go to our base core. Oh, we have to choose a level now. Okay. Well, we're not making any of this, sadly. I was kind of hoping we did. Although it doesn't seem like we need to. Like, our overheat level is actually pretty good still. Like, really, really good. Thought it would have already been near max. Because during the playtest, this went up real quick. I guess they boosted the capacity. So basically, after the rupture happens, when everything scorches, the base core will cool everything back down. When this exceeds its max, like, level or cooling capacity, that will take a significantly longer time, basically waiting until the entire planet itself cooled down, which you can see by the grass that grew back, which is a really neat little touch. But I guess we don't really need to deal with this yet, which is good. But yeah, this is what we need so many meteor hearts for. We also need some ignitium, which is a limited resource that can only be found after the big flames have happened. But with that being said, I'm gonna go back out again. Now that we have a pistol in hand, if we find any enemies, we should be able to deal with them. Although something tells me we don't have very long, because you can see that everything is getting slightly more orange, which probably means the rupture is about to happen. Alright, first enemies. Well, that went down pretty damn quick. These are
Those creatures. They didn't look like anything from Earth.
They're vermin, the main threat on this planet.
What do you mean, main?
Most of the people that arrived on Arcadia 7 were eliminated by these creatures. Natural disasters you can prepare for, but vermin are a bit more unpredictable.
Strange organisms. They look like insects at first glance, but they couldn't survive out here with this level of oxygen concentration. Is this some completely new species? Why don't I know anything about them? I know everything about this planet.
The IRO imposed a TS9 top-secret clause on their existence. They made very sure no one ever found out about them. Aside from high-ranking officials, only people sent directly to the planet have ever learned of their existence.
Claywood was here. You should have told us. You knew.
Alright. shoot that one down. Didn't want to blast your guys' ears out, so I started running away from them. As I am boosting the volume a bit when they speak.
I am detecting increased Raptura activity. Prepare yourselves for a wave.
Yep, this is where that starts to happen. There's a lot of these little dudes out here. I know it takes a little while for the... Whoa. Okay, that's a bigger dude. It takes a little while for the Raptura to happen. So, we don't have to rush back immediately. We're not that far away. We are at this bloody pool. There's a lot of stuff around here. I guess not. Right, I'm gonna slowly head back. I don't want to go out too long. Because I don't want to burn to a crisp. Oh yeah? The Moon Corporation has its stuff. Probably means that the other one isn't far behind. Wave warning. We should have enough time to set the orbital launchers to the new one, or to the other one, I guess. Just in case, just so it goes a little faster. Hopefully we can get it done before the wave hits. Although, maybe I have less time than I thought. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna rush inside. I didn't have the stamina for this. Oh! That was super close. That was like right on the second. But rip our entire operation here, though. That's gone. No! Ripperones. Anyways, let's claim the recipe station. We were almost done with the clever robotics. While everything is cooling down, place down the regen chamber.
It has been updated. When you happen to die, I will send your mind here, and this is where your sleeve will be printed.
When?
Apologies, if you happen to die.
Well then.
Congratulations. You can now unlock new functionality for your buildings at the recipe station.
But the buildings can already do these things. Why would we need to unlock anything?
Arcadia 7 is a very particular place, full of specific resources and requirements. The building's programming needs to be updated as these requirements change, to avoid unnecessarily clogging up memory as well as transfer fees.
It's the Claywood Corporation that determines the cost of transfer. You could lower the price and
Planetary temperature, one of Mr. Claywood's favorite sayings. This is exactly why you're not the richest person in the world.
Alright, let's check out what we can do here. Not much, that's for sure. Nothing in the basic item printer. Well, nothing yet, anyway. This is also where we need a bunch of the research points for. We can unlock calcium blocks. We're not really producing much calcium. I'm just gathering these from the meteors currently. Yeah, this one could be pretty good. If we get all these items in there, we can create our own basic building materials. We are definitely going to need a lot more research points, though. Also, a lot more beams, apparently. For some of these, we do require a blueprint. Oh, nice. I guess that means we are done with that. Which means that our entire operation's back online. What do I want to get next? I might want to get the storage depot. It might be a weird one to go for first, but we can like start setting up larger operations with that. Of course, we could split it off again, but then again, we need 1,500 of this one. But I'd rather just have it all do one thing for now. This right here is what I was talking about earlier. This is that ignitium, or whatever it was called.
This is ignitium, a cosmic mineral that's good at storing heat, but also releases it quickly. It can help you cool your base. But hurry, if not controlled, it sublimates rapidly.
So we have to get it quick, because it's gonna go bye-bye soon. The ignitium is only found after the rupture happens. But it glows, so it should be easy to spot. Meteors should now also be back, as well as enemies should just be gone. For a little while at least. But also all plant life is gone, so there's no food to be gathered currently. Till everything restores. There are a few bases that I'm aware of, and we'll go check that out at some point. Now is like the perfect time because we don't have to fight a bunch of bugs. But trust me, this rupture will happen a lot more often, so we have enough time for that. I would need to be a bit more prepared with storage space if we want to take that on. But those points of interest would be good, because that's where we can find special items, as well as the blueprints we need. I think that's all the ignitium we can find around our base anyway. Alright, let's craft some storage lockers. We can place these on the walls, which is pretty nice. We don't have to put them on the floors. A lot more space conservative that way. Alright, I'm gonna sort this out better later. But for now, like this, it will do. We're gonna need a lot of storage later down the line, which is why I placed so many. Though, to be fair, I'm not really thinking of sticking around super long. But let's see what our next order of business should be after Clever Robotics. The Met Tool. This one is pretty cool. It's basically free. All we have to do is kill the buggies and it will recharge. And then once it's full, we can heal ourselves completely again. Which would be a nice one to have. More inventory slots. Be good as well. See, grenades. They work similarly, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They are charged by killing the bugs. I don't think the explosion itself will do that, but we can also use them to harvest the meteors. They will also attract the vermin, so that's great. The map, that could be really nice to have. I know the starting area pretty well, but I don't think we need to just yet. Building drone. I never really used that much during the playtest, but basically you would see everything from top down, or well, you could fly around, basically. So it is a pretty handy tool to have. Yeah, honestly, maybe the Met tool as well as the grenade would just be great to unlock. Oh, we just leveled up survival 4 times? Is that real? No way, right? Oh wow, we are level 8 now. What the hell did we do that we leveled it up so much? I was just looking in the recipe station. Alright, life is coming back to the planet. There's actually something I want to test out, or I'll see, rather. It is pretty far away, and also pretty dangerous. But hey, we have no oxygen or anything to worry about. We have these new guys. They're explodey little dudes. You want to keep those away from your machines, because that blue toxic stuff kind of ruins them.
Arcadia 7 has finished regenerating.
Oh, well, it's all the way back. Okay. So where I want to go is I want to go up there. Our base is all the way over there. So we have quite the ways to walk. There's a point of interest up there. It's one of the things I want to check out next time the Rapture happens. Now that we have... Well, I was going to say the inventory space, but not if I start mining stuff again, of course. Alright, is this the place I was thinking of? That is the other question. I think it is. So we want to go... kind of stay on top of the mountain. Actually, no, I think I see it over there already. Yeah, you can see a box here. So those are still in the game. Damaged logic board is in this thing. So that is different from the thing that I thought it was going to be. But they changed some of those things around, that's for sure. Yeah, I think during the playtest, that specific box had the rotor in it, which was something you need for one of the last things to unlock. And it took ages for me to find that thing. Whee! I like the sliding as well. It's pretty good, especially for long stretches like this. Actually really fast as well, compared to just running. During the playtest, we build our base right here. I'm debating whether or not I should do that again. Probably won't. I think I'm going to place it somewhere in that direction, because as you can see, there is titanium, there's wolfram. However, there's also calcium right there. And just over the hill, there is helium. And with just, I mean, it's still pretty far off, but at least we would be closer. And those are the basic materials we're going to need for pretty much half the game. Unless they change the progression quite a bit, I think that location should be good for a while. Let's research the broken logic board.
This data will be useful.
Yeah, okay, it's literally just data. That is good though, because we do need that. We were only able to unlock 2 things. That is good enough. We now have the ability to auto-craft basic building materials. Let's see, how many of these base cores can we build? Because I'm pretty sure there was a limit to it. It seems like we are able to build a new one, though. So while we have this system do its thing, what I think I'll do in the next episode, we're going to check out that spot right there. We probably need to clear it out of enemies, but there should be some good stuff. Also, if you're wondering what that beacon is over there, once we activate that, which I don't think we can do yet until we have a special tool, it will basically call in hordes of enemies. But upon defeating them, I'm pretty sure it was an upgrade to our map. Or it showed something on the map anyway. However, I think with that, I'm going to be leaving it off over here. This should last us a decent chunk into the first upgrade levels. And it will just keep doing its thing while we're setting up our second base. Because as you can see, future health solutions, as well as selenium still require the bars. Well, and clever robotics, of course, but we're working on that. So that should be good enough until we set up a proper location with fabricators and everything. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, everyone.